Well, welcome back to Allen's Day. We're working on this 2005 Holiday Rambler by Monaco. Today I'm going to show you lights inside and out and how important they are to get those upgraded to perfect. Well, before I walk you inside, just want to show you that we do got a few snow banks left here that we've got to wait till they get melted out of here. Well, the good thing is this is the first day in about 5 months that I've been able to work in the garage with the door open. Well, let me get you in here and show you what we've got for lights. I did go ahead and turn on the running lights so you can see which lights that I've been upgrading and which ones I've added in here. Well, starting out with on the back. Well, on the back of these coaches when they come from the factory, the only thing they come with is incandescent bulbs in your 2 tail lights, and you've got 5 running lights across the top. That is not enough to be safe going down the road with these. It's just a bare minimum. So where I started with this particular coach was I changed out the bulbs in this fixture here. This is an 1156 and 1157 bulb in here. They're just an LED bulb. You need to start with that. Those incandescent bulbs throw a lot of heat and they cause some problems. Enough so that this actual tail light actually started melting on here because of those bulbs. And when you get it that hot, melting could turn into fire. So change those out. So I changed out those, put some LED bulbs in there, and then I went through and I replaced the incandescent lights up on the top there, the 5 running lights, and I put LED in there. You got to have those. It really shines out at night. Then also what I did is I added 2 more LED lights. This is a tail light and a brake light and a turn signal and and also your 4-ways run off on that. So I've got that. That's a turn signal. This one here is not lit up, but when I put my turn signal on, this LED lights up on here. And then you can see I added more LED lights on the bottom that were not there. And then I added a series of lights across the bottom to really make this thing shine. That's the last thing you want is somebody to be rear-ending you. And then also I put some backup lights in here. Those backup lights that I have in here, I've got those hooked up on a switch on the dash where I can flip the switch and I can activate the backup lights on this and then also the trailer. That's real good when you pull in someplace at night. You've got some work lights. You just flip those on and you're good to go. I also changed out this incandescent brake light that they had on here. And I put an LED strip in there, and that comes on when the brakes are. So this thing really lights up at night, and that's what you need to have on here. Going around the side here, like I said, I changed out, I've got a directional on that side. I changed out the side directional on here. When these come from the factory, they don't have any side marking lights on here for turn signals on here. So this particular one here, this is off of a semi-trailer type fixture on here. This is a real good LED directional. And then also I have another directional that comes on up in the front here. There's one on the bottom, and then this is also directional. And what you want to do is when you turn that directional on to move over to your right or to the left, you want the whole side of this motorhome to be flashing to scare the people that shouldn't be riding on your right hand side to get the heck out of the way so you can get moved over. So it's just a good way of warning people that you're moving over. Otherwise there is no lights on the typically on the side of these motorhomes when they come that you can get yourself from moving over. A couple other things I changed out on here. Changed out the LED light up on the top there, your porch light, and then inside of all the storage compartments, I changed those out with LED bulbs in there. Next winter's project, I'm going to go through and change those out and put some LED light strips in there, so that it'll definitely light that up a little bit better in there. And also in the front here, I did replace and put 2 new lights in there. The other ones were just fogged over a little bit. I replaced those. I replaced the 5 lights up on the top, changed those out and put LEDs in there. And then I also changed out and put LED on here. This is another directional light that comes on here. So lights are important. Don't chintz on them. So when you buy one of these older units, you better budget a couple $1,000 in there for upgrading all the lights to LED. And well, we went through the lights on the outside. Let's get you on the inside, and I will show you what we got going on with the upgrade to the lights in there. A little bit more snow, almost gone. It's a good thing. Now, I'm sure you've went through hundreds and hundreds of walkthroughs on RVs, the inside. Not going to get too in detail about all the other upgrades that I did, but we're just interested in the lights in here today. So, what originally was in this motorhome was this style of light switch with these little bitty switches in here. Not a big fan of the little switches. I automatically, when I get a motorhome or a camper or something, that's one of the first things I do is get in there and start working on the electrical inside. One, for convenience, and the biggest thing is for safety. The plugs and outlets that come into these motorhomes and campers are just a real low quality outlet. I don't have one of these apart, but your typical RV outlet, it's just, like I said, a real low quality. Everything that I do when I get in here, I change these out, and this is a commercial grade 20 amp outlet here, receptacle. Everything gets changed out and put on there. Do not ever use, and I don't know where you would actually use, a 15 amp receptacle. They're just, the quality isn't there. The plugs don't fit in there tight, and long term you're going to have some issues. Believe me, I've been changing out plugs on and seeing the damage of using the cheap plugs for probably about the last 40 years. I've been seeing plugs that have been burnt, starting fires on the inside. Don't chintz on the outlet. Don't get those 69-cent outlets, 15 amp. Pay up for a couple of bucks for a good commercial grade 20 amp outlet. Well, that's enough on outlets. Well, show you with the lights here. As I said, this unit came with all these little switches here. And then beside, if they didn't have a little switch here, you had to play hide and seek to find all the different switches to turn all these lights on. So one of the first things I do when I get into one of these motorhomes or travel trailers is I put residential switches in there. These are a 20 amp switch. They just feel better than those 69-cent little cheap 15 amp switches. So you got to cut this out, and it's a low profile receptacle you can get back here. So on this particular one, these two switches operate all the lights along this side here. Originally there was one of those goofy little switches there, and it did that single lamp. So what I did is I chased all the wires. I've got that outlet or that switch, these under cabinet ones, everything all tied into normal light switches. Camping is supposed to be relaxing and fun. It's just so frustrating when you walk into the camper and then try to figure out where all the switches are and turn them off. So upgraded there, put the switches there. Over on this side, did the same thing, got rid of those goofy little ones. And up here, some of these upper switches here, they were set up with where you actually, the only way you could turn these on is you had to literally go up to here, reach up, and flip a switch. That wasn't fun. So I condensed and I tied everything together to hook in the switches. Even going into the back here, residential switches, eliminated all those goofy ones and tied all these lights together in here, because this light was on a single one. There's a couple other ones on single ones. I put them all on one switch. And also back in the bedroom here too, residential switches here, tied all these in so I didn't have to go around searching for switches. So for me, that's a real good upgrade as far as putting just residential light switches in. Get rid of all those little toggles, tie all your circuits together, and just makes for a happier time in the RV here. One other thing I worked on here, and these light fixtures, which are throughout the whole camper here, are, when I first got it, they had a transformer in there, went from 12 volt, they kicked it up to 120 volt to run a standard fluorescent tube light. Those transformers on the inside got so hot, you could hardly even touch this. And not quite sure what the thought process was, but back in 2005, that was the latest and greatest. So you need to change out every single bulb in this entire motorhome to an LED. Do not leave an incandescent bulb in here for safety reasons for one, and then also your power consumption for two. The incandescent ones just get so hot, so had to change out, get rid of the transformer out of here. There's an actual light kit that you can get to convert these over. Same with this one here, had to put a LED conversion in there. And all these fixtures here, these used to be those halogen lights in here on the bottom side. Those really got hot. Changed those out, put LED in the lamps, LED in these fixtures here, and also in the back here, changed out all the fixtures and put the LED lights in there. Same with the under counter ones there. A couple other electrical items in here. I put two fans in here. The ones that come with the unit are just those little bitty motors with a little 3-inch fan in there. Well, pretty much a waste of time. So that was one of the first things I did, is changed out, put a fan in there. And the bathroom fan, I did the same thing in there. And I put both those fans are on the switch here. This one I put a red light on there, so if you walk away from the bathroom, you can see if the bathroom fan is still on yet. And then the same thing in the bathroom here, put a residential switch in here that operates all the lights at once, compared to hunting and searching and turning on little toggle switches in here. So that was what I did interior with the electrical, with all the overhead fixtures. and also the receptacles. Changed out as many receptacles as I could in here. Like I said, those receptacles that come with the campers, those are an accident waiting to happen. Believe me. You start tearing enough of those apart and dissecting those outlets after they've been in a while, you're going to find out it's pretty scary to even plug those older units in. Because most of the time, by the time I get a hold of these units, they've got 10, 20 years on them already, and they do not hold up. The first day out of the show lot, probably do pretty good. They probably meet all the codes, but after a while, those plugs, they do wear out. So that is it for the walkthrough with the interior lighting in here. The next item that I'm going to show you in here is, not today, is just show you what I did with the where the driver sits, all the different gauges I put in there, how I've got things set up. That'll be a different part on here. So, well, thank you for watching, and we will show you another part a little bit later on. Thank you. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.